All right, kiddos, everybody please be doing a good job with your either being a judge or being on stage. Turn on the lights, please. Thank you. All right, girls. You're nuclear.
Yeah. To start?
I'm sorry, just for the arguments. For their intros, they don't have a time limit.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. McFall. I'll give you better direction.
Okay.
Sorry.
We are arguing to use nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is a very good energy source. It also produces lots of energy. Its use is increasing all over the world. There is also a very large supply of uranium, which is nuclear energy too. It is actually very common in the crust of the earth. It is commonly found in the western United States. There's about a 230-year supply of uranium. Uranium is very planet friendly. Nuclear energy does not pollute. It is very clean and does not contribute to global warming. You could literally grow a garden next to a power plant. Okay, the steam coming out of power plants don't have an effect on the environment. Some other energy sources do. And some other energy sources like biomass pollute the air and make the planet a dirtier place. And hydropower disturbs the natural flow of rivers and kills fish. So is other energy sources really worth it if they hurt the environment? Uranium is also very expensive. It is $113 per pound, which is a good price compared to other energy sources though. That is why so many people use nuclear energy to power plants. Nuclear energy is very realistic. It is already used all over the world. A lot of our energy comes from nuclear power plants because it is used so much and produces lots of energy. Also, nuclear energy is very safe. Nuclear power plants make the building and equipment very safe. There has also been only 4 nuclear meltdowns in history. There is also pools of water to cool down the uranium that has been used to make energy. This is why nuclear energy is such a great energy source. You should use nuclear energy because it is planet friendly, very inexpensive, it's very realistic, and it's very safe to use for our energy. We think this is the best energy source to use. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. And then wind, you can do yours.
Okay. Wind energy is a non-pollutant energy, and it can go on as long as the sun is in our world. It's a reliable, new way to power most of our homes. It creates energy by wind turbines, creating electricity. It has a generator, which also helps store the energy. It got quieter as technology got newer. It is worth the money because it runs. Finally, it is exactly 100% clean, and it causes radiation. It doesn't cause radiation like our worthy opponents. It would take one more step to a non-pollutant land. It is way underrated and growing because the U.S. produces the second most wind energy farms, but it also uses 1% of its energy in the U.S. It is growing because technology is continuously and power are improving.
Also, it can get placed in fields, roadsides, rural areas, deserts, not deserts, and above roads. They are never harmful to people or around animals.
Almost all of the other renewable and non-renewable are good. So that's why we should choose wind as a green way to power our
Wait, thank you. Actually, we have one thing to say. Note. Also, wind energy turbines can be placed above clouds. The high altitude wind turbines. Thank you.
All right. Good job. So now, girls, you got to go first. So, boys, I just ask you if you'd like to go first for your argument or let the other team.
We'll go first.
All right. So you have your minute to start your argument.
Nuclear energy is not renewable. Do you have anything to say? Done.
done.
I'm just asking.
But Joanna, they weren't done, so just don't interrupt them until they say done, unless it looks like they are moving on. Okay, sweetie? All right. So girls, go ahead and give it a try.
Even though
So now, Miss McFall, you can clear it and then press start. There you go. Thank you.
Even though it's non-renewable, there's a 230-year supply of uranium on Earth, which is longer than our life.
Louder, Maggie.
Um, even though it's non-renewable, there's a 230-year supply. And it's longer than our lifetime.
Done, done.
Say done louder, guys.
Done.
And then you can start it right away, Miss McFall. Even if they don't start, that'll pressure them. Thank you.
Wind alone is not going to solve our energy problems. Conservation and efficiency can have a greater impact in the electrical demands of the nation, but trends don't appear to be heading that way. Done.
Can you repeat that?
So now it's on your minute, though.
Like, can you clarify that? Cause
Well,
So Miss McFall, you could start it on their minute. Yep. Thank you.
we're just basically saying that wind is not going, the only wind energy is not going to solve our energy problems, like running out of fossil fuels.
So you'll need other energy sources in addition to wind in order to power our country. You can't do it all by yourself, is what she's saying.
True, but that's why there are other energy sources and special ways to place and special formats of
Solar panels are good still. We're just better
okay, done.
done.
Okay.
So, boys' argument.
Nuclear power plants may not have had that many meltdowns in history, but they were very, very dangerous, such as the one that recently happened in Japan.
And it killed 20,000 people in this place. 340,000 people. Done.
Well, and while the nuclear power plants take many precautions, and also it's, as we said before, it's only happened 4 times in history, and just because it happened in Japan doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. The sound levels of the wind turbines are 50 decibels, which means sound levels.
Technology is making it quieter,
And
and
now it's quieter than the background noise,
noise in the home.
or the background noise right here.
Yeah, done.
Uranium is only going to last for about 60 more years, is what we found.
Are you done?
Yeah, done.
Well, we won't be alive when it lasts out in 60 years, because there is
We
very,
might.
well, we might be, but still, there's a 230-year supply right now. So
That's what we found out.
done. Wind energy can cause shadow flicker.
Can you tell me what shadow flicker is? Because I don't know what that is.
Shadow flicker is when the blades cross paths with the sun in front of it, and then they have the blade, and you can see the shadow of the blade. So it's like and it
it
gets
just goes
really
on.
annoying.
Okay. Thank you.
Who's really going to be there to see that?
And honestly,
No one will want to
Honest-
stare at that, and they would just not look at it.
Yeah, look
They
away.
could just look away.
which is the simplest
And
solution
it can
possible.
cause that, and it's not going to every time.
Yes. You can't own your own nuclear power plant unless you're a millionaire. Done.
We already have the plates we need, so we won't need to spend more to make.
And also, I don't think people would want to own their own because, there's already a bunch of nuclear power plants, and one nuclear power plant, doesn't need to power just one person's. I don't think one person wants to own.
And it produces a lot.
Yeah, and there are 440 power plants out over 30 countries, and they have been operating for 55 years. So why would we need to build more? And they can travel a lot distance. Done.
Okay. So you have to have clean wind to operate efficient. To operate the
Wind
Yeah, that
turbines.
means you can't have any pollution.
You have to have what? You're not being loud enough for us. The judges have to score you guys.
have clean wind to make wind energy run efficiently, so you can't have any air pollution.
It won't work without air pollution? Okay,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
won't.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't really think that's true, but it spins, creating electricity. It doesn't like put wind in it and like make electricity. It spins the turbine. It's not wind. It's like yeah. Okay.
And
It
if
depends.
if there's anything like huge, like a building flying out of a wind turbine, that might be an effect on it.
But that's
If there's just little
But that's very
specks of
li-
stuff,
that's
not
very,
gonna do
very li-
anything to a big metal structure.
yes, and as for the building, it's probably not likely. Done.
nuclear energy has radiation, which can make people sick or even die. Done.
Well, we keep the uranium pellets that we've used in a special rod that keeps it from overheating. And we also put it in like cooling baths to keep it from and try to cool it down so that there's not as much radiation.
And then, even though it can cause health problems, we have great doctors like today.
And we try to make it safe.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Sorry.
Turbines kill
1 to 2.5 on
One-
average.
1 to 2.5 birds per year, and there's a lot per tower per year. There's a lot of wind turbines.
Actually, there isn't a lot of turbines.
Well, actually there are, but still, a bird hits it a bird hits a wind turbine on an average of 1 to 3 years. Done.
Done. Oh, okay.
It takes around 500 years for waste of nuclear energy to decompose. You can't dump it in like,
America.
yeah, they don't allow it.
Done. So,
Well, we are working on ways to store and dispose of nuclear energy safely and more efficiently.
And also, like, they keep them in the plants and try to cool them down. So maybe we can find a way to, like,
We can find a way to use less water.
cool and like try to dispose of it.
Yeah.
Done.
Bats can get killed by turbines. It can kill endangered species of bats.
Yeah, like bats such as the little brown bat, there's not many of them. And what if it's during breeding season, the wind turbine can kill them, and there cannot be new generation of baby bats.
done. Okay.
Um,
There's wind turbines above clouds, which
produce more energy and they don't intercept with any bats.
and bats don't really give us any resources. Which
Other than getting rid of bugs. But seriously,
And there's a lot of things that get rid of bugs. Yes, bug repellent does too.
done. It takes
Nice
4 to,
oh,
some nuclear power plants only last 4 to 5 years. Done.
Even if they don't last that long, they produce a lot of energy.
And
Just
I don't think so. I don't know if it's true. So, done.
No. I think it's okay. Wind turbines can get broken or damaged by lightning, and like
Yeah.
storms in general.
Done.
How?
True, but it is possible to create a reinforced turbine or just give it a bit of a lightning rod.
Yeah.
But that's only works for the lightning.
I've seen turbine with lightning on it.
Done.
Okay.
To replace 1/3 of a nuclear power plant's core, it costs about $400 million.
Done. Well, the thing is that even though replacing 1/3 of a core is $40 million, right?
$400 million.
$400 million. The like how often we never found out how often they need to change the core, and also the cost of uranium doesn't cost that much, so we could spend most of the money looking after the core because uranium only costs $113 per pound.
And that's cheap compared to other places. Okay, done.
Nope.
Right now, wind power costs more than fossil fuel energy.
Done.
Well, wind power doesn't
Wait.
ruin the environment. Fossil fuel does.
Because it's 100% clean, and it runs, so everyone thinks, because it's more money because of because it's 100% clean. So
Okay, kiddos, this is where I'm going to say take a few minutes to find your last two really good comments. I'm going to actually pause the tape because I need to switch things, so don't start yet, please. All right, boys.
nuclear energy has with like the waste, the nuclear.
Yeah, if you have
You make nuclear weapons, which could cause a nuclear war, which is probably not bad. It's gonna be pretty bad because all of the wars that are happening today.
and there's a lot of nuclear waste.
So, yeah.
I don't understand why we would make atomic bombs because I don't think we would really use them. And the government is the only people who can, and I don't think it's a very good for it. And then we also have no use for nuclear warheads right now, so like I don't think we should be really worried about it.
Yeah, because the private practice, it'd be illegal for us to make our own nuclear warheads and
Yeah,
weapons.
yeah.
It's illegal.
Done.
No. Oh yeah, wind turbines require constant speeds to be productive. To be exact, 13 miles per hour for big turbines and 9 miles per hour for small ones.
Done.
In order to construct a nuclear...
No, we're doing the fences.
Oh, sorry.
Can you repeat it, please?
So it's on your time, though.
Wind turbines require constant speeds to be productive. To be exact, 13 miles per hour for big turbines and 9 miles per hour for small. That is true, but
There are batteries inside turbines, so when the wind isn't going, you still get energy from the wind turbine.
and that's only like fully functioning, not to like do like partially. It's like fully, so fully.
That's for maximum speed.
Yeah. Done. Wait.
Okay. Okay. To construct a nuclear energy plant,
The maximum price can be up to $5 billion. And plus, if you want to replace the core, you still have to buy all the uranium. Yeah. And it's dangerous to get money.
Done. Well, as we said before, we already have the plants we need. We're operating out of out of 30 countries, over 440 power plants. And also, we already have the plants we need, so why would we build more? And we've already said that uranium only costs $113 per pound, which is really cheap compared to what some types of other energy costs. Done. Is that it?
Can I say something?
I believe they get the last argument. So
Okay. Wind turbines create, wind farms require a lot of land, about 60 acres per megawatt.
Done.
True. But still, based on the fact that there are like many wind farms, just that there are like maybe twice as many as there are nuclear power plants, for instance. That'd make quite a lot of electricity, and megawatts can cover a few houses right?
Yeah, done.
okay. Great job with your arguments and defenses, kiddos. Write your conclusion statement while the judges and I talk. Just like 3-4 minutes though, okay? So are you saying you're going first? Is that what you're deciding? Okay. Judges and boys, can you please quiet down so we can all hear each other? There's no time limit for your concluding paragraphs. Good luck.
We would like to say about the wind energy that their argument about, or the defense about the batteries that we said the argument for. Batteries give energy while still like when the wind turbines are still working. And then so if there isn't a windy day, there might just be like a little bit of energy in the battery. And then also, do you guys remember the video that about the bird?
Yeah.
So we have some other.
Oh my god. It's not the bird. They told me. Okay.
We also have another video.
Here's another one. Watch the shadow.
That's annoying.
I know, and imagine if you play on backyard and it just comes over
Oh
you.
my god. That would scare the
Or
death
just
out of
imagine
me.
if you're playing in your backyard and then all of a sudden that starts up. Should be a little freak.
Oh my god.
That's creepy.
Okay.
Okay.
That looks like a tornado's gonna start.
Judges, quiet please.
As I said earlier, that they said bats don't give us resources. Well, bats give us resources and are important. They eat mosquitoes and stuff. And if bats went extinct, because the wind turbines can explode bats' lungs, if they went extinct, there would be so many mosquitoes that so many people in the world, all over, would have West Nile virus and malaria a lot. And we don't want that to happen.
No, we don't.
Thank you. Thank you, worthy opponents and honorable judges.
All right. So Wynn, do you get your chance for your concluding statements?
Do you guys have goals?
Do you want to use the visuals? Is it the iPad attachment? Charlie, you're using the iPad?
No.
Yes, Mr.
have to switch the dongle if you're using that.
What is that? Why? What is that?
All right, kiddos, come sit down.
I'm number
Thank you.
3.
All right, Wind, you're up.
Charlie will go first.
Can you just wait a second? When our worthy opponent says that you don't need more nuclear power plants because there's enough, sometime you need to put more on because they may get old or something. So it'll have the cost will go high because we need to build more.
And you said we wouldn't be alive when nuclear energy runs out. Think about our children and our children's children. They wouldn't have the joy of nuclear energy. And you said mining for uranium was cheap, but does a life equal out to uranium?
Because when we mine for
It's dangerous.
uranium, it's really dangerous.
Remember the Chile, the miners in Chile? Okay, maybe it wasn't the mining for uranium, but still, that was just mining period.
Oh, and thanks for being here. Remember, wind will win. Nuclear will, they don't have a rhyme.
See?
We're cooler.
All right, thanks, kiddos. All right, out in the hallway, please. All right, like I said at the beginning of our energy debates, kids, only one team out of 6 could win, right? Are you both pretty impressed that you made it to the finals?
Yes.
I'm very proud of your abilities too. I hope you know that. All right, we have a winner though, so on the count of 3, we'll congratulate you, but be ready to congratulate each other if you didn't win, and be ready to appreciate the thanks from the judges. Ready? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Wins.
All right, congratulations, kiddos.
Okay. Woo! I don't know you guys. Okay. I know you're like.
How do you do?
All right, so you guys.
CNN. No.